Possessing the trait of being irresponsible is something that can create different kinds of hassles in your life. Having this trait can also get you into painful, dangerous, and uncomfortable situations. Being irresponsible can indicate different negative aspects that you may have picked up over the years, from having no sense of time, being disorganized, not having the right priorities set, to having a habit of goofing up to the point that you fall into situations you have no getting out of. While people are born with various traits and learn things as they go, astrology predicts some zodiac signs have been born with irresponsible tendencies. If you find your zodiac sign in the list below, know that it's no fault of your own, but of the stars you were born under. So embrace the truth and work towards how you can manage this trait so it doesn't become a hindrance in your life anymore. Here are the 5 zodiac signs that top the irresponsibility chain. Number 1. Pisces. Pisces have an unusual habit of being in their own heads about things. They're often caught up in their own dream world and can never get out of this loop of unprecedented thoughts. They frequently catch themselves daydreaming while not being present in the moment. This leads to a depletion in their focus and concentration to work through the necessary things at hand. Their tendency of often zoning out to their fairyland escape gives them internal comfort, but also makes them irresponsible as they often skip over significant aspects of life. They can get easily distracted, which is why they miss out on crucial information during conversations, lose their grip over reality, and often dissociate with reality. Pisces can get trapped in the abbreviations of being in their own thoughts, which often shows up in their reckless behavior. Number 2. Cancer. Cancer is one of the most unreliable and irresponsible signs. Can't believe it? Test their memory and your mind will be blown. Cancer can easily skip through details and blame it on their not-so-sharp memory. They forget things you've probably reminded them of a million times and still pretend that you never mentioned this piece of information at all. They're an irresponsible zodiac sign who's very aware of having this trait, but take the high road when it comes to confronting the truth. Firstly, they'll come up with lies and endless excuses to avoid work at all costs. They'll forget about the given task minutes later, and even once they've been reminded about this, they'll still pretend that it slipped their minds. Their irresponsible characteristic plays in the form of laziness, disinterest, and plain neglect. Number 3. Aries. The straight-up shooter for what they want to go after. Aries believes in getting to the top of the hill first to win the race. They don't believe in taking small, impactful steps, but rather choose to take a long jump with all their energy and run towards their dream at the speed of light. But you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. Aries don't really believe in the saying as such, which is exactly why they end up taking irresponsible routes and detours while driving towards their future that often gets them into big trouble. Instilling unthoughtful, unplanned, and unprioritized action plans in their life is how their irresponsible trait manifests itself. They often skip over important details just so they can speed up their process to reach their destination quickly. That just ends up being a complete malfunction. Not a smart move now, right? They take everything in life as a competition, but often forget that the journey towards the destination is more important than the destination itself. Number 4. Gemini. Gemini is one of the craziest zodiac signs who truly knows how to go out and about and have fun. But this wild child doesn't always know where to stop. They often find themselves going crazy on a Monday night, even though they have an early morning meeting the following day. They might even show up hungover and give the presentation in a reckless state. Gemini often throws off their duties and responsibilities out the window when they decide to let their hair down and let loose. This gets into embarrassing situations and often puts their reputation at risk. And number 5, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one of the most adventurous souls, but this wild child side of theirs often gets reckless and irresponsible. They like exploring activities and taking on experiences that can make them feel free, get their adrenaline rushing, and add a thrill to the daily mundaneness of life. But more often than not, when they let this side take over their personality, they forget there's a life beyond this adrenaline-filled moment, and that a minor detour in this wild experience can land them into deep crisis. Their irresponsible side gets them indulged in situations that they shouldn't be in because of safety reasons.